So we're back with the air conditioning in this B&W 1988 M6 with the rear evaporator. And when I came in here, I had a dead battery, so it sat, and I just charged it up. And when I first turned on the AC, had it on the lowest position, turned it on, this jumped up to 400 parts per million, and then of course it flushed out the air. So I'm trying to repeat that. Let's see if I can grab it again. So I'm just gonna hit the button on and off as fast as I can. And what that will do is it'll get the blower just started, enough to put a little puff of air out for any accumulation of refrigerant in the evaporator section. So let's see what we get. That's it. I felt it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, we got it. We got a leak. Okay, that's where they lost it. And they just spend a lot of money having the AC redone on this car. But I'm gonna start it now. And let's get this thing going. Oh, blowing a lot of dust out of there. And let's get this on all the way up. Figure out where, oh, wait a minute. Why is there nothing blowing here? Bet you that's $1,000 to fix this blower motor back here. So it did a low speed for a second. I wonder if I turn this one off. Well, can I turn this one on? I heard something. I felt it. Oh, it's not doing it now. It is not working now. Oh, there it goes. Low, low. There we go. High, high. All right. Now we got high. All right. Let's come back here. We got high. Okay. An intermittent. So this has a little intermittent thing going on. That's electrical. Now, coolness, I got to break out my temperature sensors. It's cool outside. The car has been sitting. It's overcast. But it's about 80 degrees inside here. I feel some cooling. I believe I have it maybe on recycle. I'm not sure. What is recycle? Face all the way down. Maybe. I got to see how the system's set up. But this is definitely recycled. This doesn't go down there. And it's definitely cooler than in here. It feels good. All right, so I know I have a little leak here. I didn't pick up anything outside. So we know we're working at least. That is good. Now you always want to check for leaks before you start the vehicle, because after you start, you just put refrigerant in it. You want to look for a leak before you start it, because you can actually stop the leak by starting the vehicle and starting the AC. The higher pressure hot gas can actually seal up and stop a leak. Okay, so I'm going to go over out here. Let's see where we're at. Start up. It's been off a while because of battery saver mode after 15 minutes. Come on. Let's close that down. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm hooked up to the low side. I got almost no cooling. I barely feel anything there. Yeah, we got 2 restricted expansion valves. Before they said there was 1, and 1 might have been kind of working. But now there's no heat load. It's pumping, but look how low the high side is. It's not picking up, and there's 1,675 grams of refrigerant. Actually, it's 1,595. I put a little less refrigerant in here because this was originally an R12 system. I now put R134 system. Somebody else put the new compressors on there, and that's a R134 compressor. It has a new receiver dryer. But the bad news is, oh, let me make sure. There's one other thing that happens with these compressors. These have a little issue here. Oh no, it's working. I'm trying to find so you can see. Okay, compressor's definitely doing something. Both expansion valves are not flowing refrigerant. Picked up a little bit of a leak in the rear. So whether they want to or not, if they want to fix the leak part, they at least have to go after the rear.
No.
No. Oh, that's it's slow. Discharge it every week. or a month or a couple months. All right. So that put an end to that. The word is no. Now, let me see here. I'm looking down here. I could see where this one here that goes to the rear, that hose goes down through the fender well, goes right through the strut tower, and it comes out under the vehicle and the liquid line both there, and they turn in the metal underneath the car until they get to this point, and then the metal lines go back. Let me see, I'll just show you right here. So I put my fingers on this. Where am I at? Let me zip back here a little bit. There we go. There's basically no coolant action going on, or very little superheat, if at all. Okay, so this is the metal lines, and then they go up underneath the carpet, and then to get to them, they go underneath here, underneath the seat, and to that rear, and you got to pull out the whole interior to get to this. I've done a few of these vehicles, and I myself personally will never want to do one. You just have to tell the customer, plastic things may break, they may rattle, hard to get parts. You put it all back together, and then they'll complain about oh, I hear a rattle after you put it back. You've got old plastic, it's been cooked in the sun for decades. Then maybe they put it back, then the blower motor. So when you get that out, you better disassemble, lubricate, check the armatures, do your own readings over the windings and everything, and go over that blower motor, because the last thing you want is your employee in your shop to take this customer in, take that rear evaporator and spend $2,000, and then the blower motor stops working a week later. And remember, when I turned this back on in the other video, that blower motor intermittently stopped working. So definitely want to go after that, or the controller. So there's a lot more to do here, and I'm going to take the refrigerant out, because all we're going to do is spin the compressor for no reason, and there's no oil flowing back to the compressor, and there's no refrigerant cooling off the compressor, so there's no reason to keep the compressor spinning. All we're going to do is ruin a new compressor. All right, catch you on the next video on the next car.